I
Well, you better be ready, MC, because we are live. Good
That
morning,
is
y'all.
exactly right. That's exactly right. Oh my gosh. Good
Avery,
morning.
it makes me really happy to see your Christmas tree still up because I'm a taker downer right after Christmas, but I'm jealous of people that are keeper uppers.
We are keeper uppers, and my children love to actually put Valentine ornaments on this one. This is in our dining room, so
That's
it
cute.
sticks around till mid-February.
That's really
I
cute. I love
love
that.
that. It makes me so sad to take all the Christmas stuff down because it's
I
just so
know.
festive and the lights and I don't know, it's warm.
It is. I love the Valentine's tree idea. That's really smart. Really smart.
Ah,
MC, would you like to introduce
I
our
would
tree
love
maven
to.
today?
I know I would love to. You guys, first of all, Happy New Year.
Crazy.
Second of all, in the interest of starting 2025 out with an open heart and being ready to learn new skills and have new experiences, which I know is what I'm going for this year, we wanted to have our friend Averi Linderman on to talk to us about something that she teaches, which is mahjong. So I know I have a lot of friends who play mahjong. I have never played. So I'm really excited to learn more about how Avery can get me playing. And so that's what we're going to talk about here today. So, Avery, thank you for joining us.
thank y'all so much for having me. Mary Cheatham, are you going to be my first student of 2025?
You know what? I seriously am dying to learn how to play.
Let's
I
do
really
it.
am. Yes, I would love that. I would love that. So, Avery, tell us, how long have you been playing Mahjong and what do you love about it? That's one thing I want to know.
Yeah, so I've been playing for a couple years now. I learned from a family friend who had been playing out in Texas for over 20 years.
Wow.
And she came into town and visited and gave us a quick lesson, a quick just toe in to American Mahjong, which is a Chinese-based game that started in the 1800s.
Wow.
And then a gentleman who worked in imports and exports out of New York City, his name is Joseph Babcock. He actually kind of brought it to New York City. And as most Americans do, we put our own spin on things. And then in the early 1920s into the late 30s, it really became popular in the Jewish American community of New York. And in 1937, Dorothy Meyerson and some other Jewish women gathered around and really standardized the rules.
Okay.
So the game that I love to play is called American Mahjong, and I teach through the National Mahjong League rules.
Wow. I didn't realize it was so official.
I know.
I love
Well,
that.
I like to think that the women who gathered around did something that was probably pretty challenging back in the day to take a lot of different table rules, house rules, and standardize them and come
Yeah.
up with a way to regulate things. And so it that in itself really helped the game synergize throughout the United States because then people could play more easily with family and friends, knowing that we're all following the same rules.
Right. That makes perfect
Absolutely.
sense. And so, Meg, I don't know if you know, but Avery, I know you know. Give us like a, I mean, so you have little things that look like dominoes almost, right? Like little pieces, which I always
Yeah.
think are so pretty, which is part of the
They
thing that
are.
really
Well, so
attracts me to mahjong.
y'all will appreciate this. I'm a former teacher, so of course I brought like my
Ooh,
props and my things to
yeah.
show y'all.
Show us, Avery,
But
show us.
basically, to summarize the game, American Mahjong takes the randomness of tiles,
Yes.
and then
Tiles.
you match and you sequence them to get a 14 tile winning Mahjong hand.
Okay.
Huh.
Every player has a card that looks like this. And this is the 87th year of the card, the 2024 card. You open it up, and these are all the different hands that you can play. So
Whoa.
there's a table of four, men or women, children alike. My kids play with us. So the four folks around the table could be all playing different hands, and you're not privy to what the person near you is playing.
Interesting.
Everybody has a rack like this where you're going to keep your tiles organized. And I'll show you a couple of different tiles because they are so beautiful.
They really are.
So this is a
Oh
six crack,
my gosh.
short for character. And then we also have a six dot.
Oh, I like that one.
Let's see what else I can grab. You hear the clinking of the tiles? Hear
Yes.
that
Love it.
sound? Yeah.
ASMR.
So that's actually, yeah, that's actually the origin of the name of the game, mahjong, means sparrow in Chinese. And the Chinese said that the clinking of the tiles sounded like birds singing.
Huh. Oh my gosh,
I
I'm
love
learning so
this
much.
already.
Me
I
too.
love this
My favorite
already.
tile is going to be the Joker.
Love
So this
it.
is like your wild card of a tile, and there are 8 in American Mahjong set. Let's see. I have one called a flower,
Pretty.
but they are all now these are a tile-based company out of Texas, but there are vintage tile sets
So
around
cool.
there. There's a set
So
by
neat.
Tiffany's. If you didn't get it for Christmas, y'all put it on your wish list. It's
Ooh.
just a easy $15,000
Oh my
set.
gosh.
Perfect. That is perfect.
So
But
Avery,
truly, there are tile sets on Amazon and Yellow
yeah,
Mountain Imports that you can get for a very reasonable price. Yeah.
love that. So Avery, if someone's watching and they've never played, you actually offer lessons to learn how to do that in a setting where, I mean, obviously, if people are watching right now, I want to spend time with you in person. So
Oh,
you
y'all are
explain
sweet.
it, you explain it, you go through the rules and how to play. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how folks can get involved if they feel led?
Yeah, so when I started to learn, I thought this is a lot of information. Learning what all the tiles are called and then
Mhm.
learning how to make the hands and the sequences on the card. There are a lot of nuances. For every rule, I feel like there's an exception to the rule. So I come into a lesson. I teach generally 4 to 8 folks at a time,
Okay.
and I teach on location. So I could meet you at your dining room table. I could meet you, for example, maybe at the porch, Reed's Coffee. We could meet at the web. I've taught a group at Carolina Home and Garden as well.
Hmm.
And so I bring everything that you really need to learn. The only thing I ask for players to bring is an open mind and a willing spirit to try something new and to be okay in that place of feeling like you're in a challenge and no being okay with sitting in that confusion for a little bit,
Sure.
because I promise coming out the other side, everybody's leaving with smiles and they're glad that they tried it. And oftentimes they're asking, when can we do this again? So when can we book a second lesson? So first lesson, I bring everything you need. I bring charts
Oh
that
my
tell
gosh, those
you,
are adorable.
okay, like we try to stay right on target with a lesson plan.
Love
And
it.
I have had the most fun seeing new players have that aha moment where they get it, and again asking when they are going to play again, and knowing that they're going and finding a group that they can get together with weekly. So the beginning mahjong lesson takes about 2.5 to 3 hours,
Okay.
and that's what your commitment is. What you do after that is kind of how you want to make mahjong a part of your friend group or meeting new people this way. I love seeing the multi-generational groups play together as well.
Oh, I love
That
that.
is so cool.
So
I love this.
Avery,
I'm so doing this.
oh, also,
Let's
what a
go.
fun like girls' night out or night out with your
I'm so,
family or something like
yes.
that. That's so
Yeah.
awesome. So Avery, if people want to sign up for a lesson with you, how can they do that?
So if you want to head over to our website, we're at richmaj.com,
Okay.
and we're in a couple different cities. So you could select Morehead City. And I do travel. So if you need a lesson maybe in Greenville or kind of northeastern part of the state, I would love to do that. And I've been to Raleigh recently too. So
Ooh, you can
we're
go to
spreading the
Target and Trader
Mahjong love
Joe's while you're there.
everywhere. Yeah.
We'll
That is
post
so
that
cool.
we'll post that URL in the comments so people can learn more about what you do and sign up for a lesson as well. So that'll be in the comments in a few minutes.
Great.
Awesome.
Yay. I absolutely love this. Also, Avery, before I let you go, we need to ask you our final question, but I also have another question for you, which is, have you seen the movie Crazy Rich Asians?
Oh, yes. And once you start noticing where Mahjong is in that movie,
Is it
it's in The
everywhere?
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It has done a resurgence across the country.
It has.
So, look, y'all, I wanted to get something special most recently for some friends that I play with. And I thought, a mahjong ornament, that would be perfect.
Oh.
I probably should have just have started making them myself because I couldn't find them anywhere. They're sold out. I think it's become such an amazing way to um, have a social connection that's
Yes.
not in front of a screen, right? It's all tactile, it's in person, it's once you learn the game and you can get a couple of games in one sitting, you'll realize you get into this rhythm and you can do a little bit of heart to heart and a little bit of chit chat. And again, the problem solving piece of it, Mary Cheatham, I mean, I feel like my brain is so on point these days when it comes to looking for strategies while
Interesting.
you play. So many benefits.
It's
So
like
many
a brain
benefits.
exercise.
Yes.
Mhm.
You're
Yes.
keeping it
It,
fresh.
it sounds like it keeps you young, Avery.
I'm doing everything I can, Mary
I
Cheatham.
mean, sign me up. Sign me up. That's exactly right. Sign me up.
This is
Especially after the
awesome.
holidays. I'm feeling a little bit haggard. So I think,
This is a great winter game. It
yeah,
really
perfect.
is. And then don't be surprised if you see us playing poolside this summer. So
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
obsessed.
What fun.
Waterproof
Poolside
tiles.
mahjong.
waterproof. They have even an aqua mat. You
Oh,
could
you
go in the
must.
pool.
You
Yeah.
must. Oh
That
my
is so
gosh.
cool.
So
So,
fun.
Avery, before we let you go,
Yeah.
please tell us the very beginning of 2025, what is saving your life right now?
Hey y'all. It's not a new thing. It's been around, but I would have to say that my Google Calendar is
Oh,
saving me
my
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
girl.
we had
My
that one, but
girl.
that's a great one.
I know there are fancier ones out there, but we have three children and ages 11, 7, and almost 5. And my husband and I really rely on that Google Calendar to stay informed, connected. I invite him to events via the
Smart.
Google Calendar. So,
I
So,
and now,
love that.
especially because I'm booking so many mahjong classes,
yeah,
that I have to make sure I know where I'm supposed to be.
I
it's
So,
so
love it.
good.
You're booked and busy, Avery. Rightfully so. I mean, I want to come hang out with you. So
let's
maybe I
do
can
it.
get on your Google Calendar.
Yes.
Well, Avery, thank you for being here. Happy New Year.
Thanks, y'all. I hope to see many of you
Yes,
out and about in 2025 now that we know Mahjong can be on location.
Love it.
And I would bet that you might probably see me teaching classes. So please say hi. I would love to meet every one of you.
Awesome. Thank you, Avery. You're awesome.
Avery.
Bye,
Thank you.
y'all.
Thanks for
See
being
ya.
with us.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh, she's so cute.
I know that was really cool. I really, really want to learn to play. Do you think I can do it?
I think you can. I'll learn with you
Okay. I mean,
because
I would love
I
that.
don't think I can do it, but maybe it'll be good for my
I
brain.
mean, can I pay attention to something for 2.5 to 3 hours?
But if you have a glass of wine next to you, I feel as though you could.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I so want to do that. It sounds amazing.
I know. I agree. I agree. Do you have something that's saving your life for the first WYSL for 2025?
Ooh, WYSL. It took me a
WSYL.
minute. What
See?
WSYL?
Brain. Brain.
Yeah. Okay, great. I like it. I'm gonna say that WSML is I think just being excited about the new year. I
Mhm.
mean, there's something I feel like every year it's such a choice, to either feel overwhelmed or to feel grateful and excited. And so I'm just making the choice to feel grateful and excited about this year and
Love it.
trying not to, I have the tendency to think of all these things that I want to layer in, all these things that I want to add
Mhm.
instead of, I think I'm going to start with just being grateful for the things that I'm typically consistent with.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I
And
like that.
reestablishing, because we all get off our game, right? In,
Right.
in December. And so just reestablishing kind of the things that I'm generally consistent with, and then starting to think about adding in
Adding
instead of
in. I like
overwhelming.
that.
Right. Right.
I
How
love that.
about you?
Mine is, I don't know if I've ever had this as a WSML,
Yeah.
but I listen to Armchair Expert, the podcast with Dak
Yes.
Shepard,
Yeah.
and they have a segment called Armchair Anonymous. Have you heard of this?
No, I have not.
Okay. It saves my life every week. It comes out every Friday on their podcast, on the main podcast. And it's him. They put out a prompt, 4 prompts a month to the public. And
Okay.
essentially, people write in the craziest stories within that prompt. And they choose 4 people for each prompt. And then they have them on the podcast to explain it. So they're all anonymous. They use fake names, all of this, but it's different prompts like that one time you went to jail or mother-in-laws or like just the funniest things
Oh my
ever.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
And Sean, my husband and I listen to it every time we drive somewhere. It is our little like bonding moment over a podcast that he's not a big podcast guy, but he
So glad
loves
to
our
know
show.
about that. Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
so
think,
cute.
yeah, when you don't want something so heavy, I feel like it's so tricky because, you've got some like Smartless, super light, and then you've
Yes.
got like Andrew Huberman where you're like, I need a notebook so I can write all this down. That sounds delightful.
It's
Somewhere,
good. It's mindless and
yeah,
I actually learn a lot of like what to do and what not to do in crazy situations, but it's a goodie if you want a little laugh and some good stories thrown in there. So that's
that's
it.
a great one. That's a really good one. Oh, thank you for that. That's a hot tip for me.
Of course. I'll post the podcast in the comments.
Good. Do
I don't
you
know why
listen
I
to
always
yours?
point this way.
Yeah. Are you a Spotify or a Apple Podcast?
Spotify, what are you?
I know. I
Ooh.
just want to be. I so want to be only Spotify. I'm Spotify for music, but I'm Apple Podcast.
Okay, I think that's normal though.
Yeah,
I think most people are Apple
navigating.
Podcasts.
I have a hard time finding them once I get on Spotify, and I just
Yeah, and Spotify's fairly new with the podcast platform versus Apple Music has always done it. So,
yeah.
or Apple Podcasts.
All
I
right.
don't
So you
blame you.
don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry for my
Okay. I
reaction.
don't feel way antiquated. Way out to pasture.
I'm so tickled. MC, hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Let's go book our mahjong lesson
Yes,
and let's do it.
absolutely. 100% in.
Yay.
Happy Friday. Bye.